Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm here with this important topic of plant ecology, that is soil profile. Firstly, what is soil profile? This term is used for the vertical section of Earth's crust that is generally up to the depth of 1.83 meters. तो जो अर्थ क्रस्ट की अपर लेयर है जिसकी डेप्थ होती है 1.83 मीटर, इस वर्टिकल सेक्शन ऑफ सॉइल को बोलते हैं सॉइल प्रोफाइल. इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ डिफरेंट लेयर्स और हॉरिजॉन्स. सो द टर्म यूज फॉर दीज डिफरेंट लेयर इज आल्सो नोन एज हॉरिजॉन, and it is made up of succession of horizontal layers or horizon, and each of which varies in thickness, color, texture, structure, consistency, porosity, acidity and composition. So हर एक जो layer है soil की that varies in its different physical and chemical properties. So in this presentation I will try to cover the different layers of soil profile one by one. Let's start. What is soil profile? As we can see in this animated image, that this is the vertical section of soil which is of a size of 1.83 meters, and it consists of some parallel layers, and each layer is known as horizon. So arrangement of these parallel layers in a vertical section of soil is known as soil horizon. So the soil is differentiated into a few recognizable layers. We can differentiate these different layers in soil. The arrangement of these layers in the soil is known as soil profile. So जो इन layers के arrangement है soil में, इसे कहते हैं soil profile. A vertical section through different layers of soil is known as soil profile, and these recognizable layer in the soil profile are referred to as soil horizon. जो individual layer है जो vary करती है in its physical and chemical properties, इस layer को कहा जाता है soil horizon, and there are multiple layers, so these are known as soil horizons. So the horizon run parallel to the soil surface, and each horizon differ in its physical properties, that is its texture, color, structure, thickness and chemical composition from layers above and below them. So हर एक layer में जो chemical composition है वो भी different है, and its physical properties are also different. Most of the soils have major three layers, three horizons, that is A, B and C. A horizon is the surface of soil, then B horizon is known as subsoil, and the C horizon, that is the substratum and contains the parent material. But in addition to these layers, there are some other layers which are visible in some part of the soil profile. There is O horizon, E horizon and R horizons. These are also recognized in some of the soil profiles. So the different horizons are, firstly comes O horizon. Here O stands for organic. So it is the uppermost portion of the soil profile which contain litter and decaying material, that is humus. So O stands for organic. It is the top, often black or dark brown in color and organic layer of the soil. So that's why it's known as O horizon. It is made up of mostly leaf litter and humus, and it can be differentiated into two layers, that is O1 and O2. So it has about 20% of organic matter. So maximum organic matter is found in this layer. It is the layer in which the roots of small grasses are present. So जो छोटी छोटी grasses हैं उनकी roots इस layer तक present होती है, the uppermost layer, and it can be divided into O1 and O2 layers. This O1 layer contains the fragments of decomposing litter. It means इसमें जो partial degradation है leaf का, litter का, वो start होता है. Then O2 horizon, it contains well decomposed organic matter, that is humus, whose origin cannot be immediately seen. तो इसका जो origin है हम immediately इसका नहीं देख सकते हैं. So it is the layer which is present just below the O1 horizon. Sometimes the topmost layer is known as P horizon, because P stands for peat, और ये बोला जाता है ऐसी condition में when there is waterlogged conditions. Peat is somewhat similar to that of the coal. So इस तरह की जो conditions हैं इसमें जो uppermost layer है, जो dead decaying litter है, that forms a peat-like structure. That's why this is known as P horizon in waterlogged condition. This layer accumulates clay, iron, aluminium and organic compounds through the process referred to as eluviation. So इसमें जो accumulation होती है clay की, iron की और other minerals की, that is done with the help of eluviation, that is basically accumulation of the minerals. Next comes A horizon. It is also known as topsoil. It is present just below the O horizon. So it is also known as topsoil and is the top layer of soil horizon and is present just below the O horizon. और ये present होता है O horizon के just नीचे and is made up of mineral particles mixed with humus. So it contains both humus as well as mineral particles. जो A horizon होता है इससे जो material है और minerals हैं वो leach होते हैं नीचे की तरफ along with clay. So there is a junction between A and B horizon which is lighter in color and that junction is known as E horizon. So seed germinate and plant roots grow in this dark colored layer. So seed germination or जो roots growth होती है that occurs in this A horizon that is known as topsoil also. This layer is rich in organic matter and darker in color. The A horizon is considered as a zone of loss because यहाँ से जो clay है और dissolved compounds हैं they are leached out of this horizon. वो नीचे की तरफ को leach होते हैं means they gets leached out from this layer और जिससे वो नीचे की layer में deposit हो जाते हैं. So this layer is shows two dominant processes that is addition and losses of minerals. So इसमें दो important events होते हैं simultaneously that is addition and losses of minerals. So these two processes are very much dominant in this A horizon. Next comes E horizon. Here E stands for alluviation, which means leaching. So this layer is a zone where the minerals gets percolated or leached out to the B horizon, and it is lighter in color. So this layer, which is lighter in color than that of the A and B horizon. So this is presented at the junction of these two horizons. This horizon is known as E horizon. Here E stands for alluviation, that is leaching. So this layer is light in color due to loss of most of its minerals through the process known as alluviation. So जिस process से ये leach out होते हैं, that process is known as alluviation or leaching. And this layer lies below the A horizon and above the B horizon. So it is the layer which forms the junction between these two horizons, and it is made up of mostly sand and silt. And as we know that जो sand और silt है इसमें जो particle size है that is much greater. So the water and minerals get easily percolated from this layer, this horizon. The E horizon has a lower clay content. इसमें जो clay content है lower होता है than the underlying B horizon, and more common in forested areas. So जो ये horizon present होता है ये commonly present होता है in forested areas, and it is made up of sand, silt and clay that I have already discussed with high amount of organic matter. This layer is most vulnerable to wind and water erosion. अगर ऊपर से top soil यहाँ से remove आती है then it contains sand and silt. So ये जो layer है that is prone to wind and water erosion, and it is also known as root zone. इसे root zone भी कहा जाता है. So this is all about this E horizon. This is a diagram of this soil profile which shows different horizons. So firstly comes O horizon which contains organic matter. Then comes A horizon which is the topsoil that is contains partially decomposed organic matter, humus, plant roots, living organisms and some organic minerals. Then comes E horizon that we are discussing in this slide. This is lighter in color because यहाँ से जो minerals हैं वो leach out करते हैं towards this B horizon, and this is known as zone of leaching. And this is the area through which dissolved or suspended material move downward. Then comes B horizon. So the B horizon है, this is known as subsoil because it is present just below the topsoil. It is unique in color and is often have an accumulation of some minerals like iron, aluminium, humic compounds and clay leached down from the above layer. So जो clay है वो भी यहाँ पे accumulate होती है, and we know that जो clay के soil particles होते हैं they are much smaller in size and they have very good water holding capacity. Then below this horizon is the C horizon which contains the fragmented rock particles So it contains the parent material partially broken down in organic materials. Then finally comes the R horizon, which contains the bedrock or parent rock, which is partially degraded or is not degraded. So next comes B horizon. So it is present just below the A horizon, and this is also known as zone of elevation or subsoil. It is typically a mineral subsurface horizon and is zone of accumulation that is called elevation. So यहाँ पे जो minerals हैं वो accumulate होते हैं and it is darker in color than the E horizon. It lies just below the E horizon and above the C horizon. It contains clay and large deposits of minerals such as iron, aluminum oxides, and calcium carbonates. These minerals leach from the upper layers of the soil with water. तो water के साथ ये leach होती हैं नीचे की तरफ and they are accumulated in this layer because it contains clay. और जो clay के particle size होते हैं these are smaller in size और इनकी जो water holding capacity that is good. The root of big trees are present in this layer, in this horizon, and this may be divided into B1, B2, B3 types under Australian system. और जो B1 है that has properties of A and B horizons. And B3 जो horizon है it is a transitional stage between overlying B and C or D horizon. So जो B3 है that is a transitional stage between B and C horizons. Next comes C horizon. So this layer is called regolith or saprolite. इसके लिए ये terms use किए जाते हैं that is regolith or saprolite. It lies just below the B horizon and above the R horizon. It consists of slightly broken up bedrocks. तो इसमें जो bedrock के pieces होते हैं वो present होते हैं. Means इसमें जो withering का process रहता है वो continuous रहता है. It consists of slightly broken up bedrocks. It contains very little organic material. Organic material इसमें बहुत कम present होता है. और जो plant roots हैं they do not penetrate into this layer. Plants की root इस layer में penetrate नहीं करती है. This is partially withered rock and often retains some structural features of the parent rock from which it is formed. तो इसके जो features हैं they are just similar to that of this parent rock which is present in the R horizon. The upper horizons arise from the C horizon. जो सभी के सभी ऊपर वाले horizons हैं उनका origin इसी C horizon से होता है. Next finally comes the R horizon. So it is partially withered or unwithered bedrock lying just below all other layers at the base of soil profile. So this is the base layer of soil profile. It comprises of hard rock that cannot be excavated by hand, जिसे हम excavate नहीं कर सकते hand से. And the rock types found in this horizon include granite, basalt, quartzite, limestone, or sandstone. This was all about regarding this topic, soil profile. If you have any questions, queries, and any suggestions, you can give it in comment section. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.